Pilgrimage for Brian Haw, a spiritual journey of relevance, from the ruins of Barking Abbey to Canterbury Cathedral, by Lee D. Miller. It's me. Foreword. I've only met Brian Haw on 2 occasions in my life. Both meetings were very brief, and I only exchanged but a handful of words with him, but he was still someone who had a great impact on me for who he was and what he did. Firstly, I respected him greatly for the resilience and commitment he showed in standing for justice and for truth, no matter what the consequences may have been to himself. And secondly, for the courage he demonstrated when doing so. I feel that if every man and every woman showed the same strength and courage that Brian demonstrated to do the right thing and be true to their hearts on a daily basis, no matter what, then the world would immediately be a different place. A place of peace and not war, a place of truth and not falsehood. I long for that world to emerge, as I'm sure do the predominant number of us. And I know that simply by living the way I've stated above, I can help make that desire a reality. You must be the change you want to see in the world. Mahatma Gandhi. What else can you do? And that was my question to myself on the 18th of June 2011, the day I was made aware of Brian's passing by the kind and courageous man whom is David Icke, via his website. David opened a support fund for Brian's treatment in Germany at the end of the previous year, and I was pleased to contribute £9.28 to it, the last amount of money I had left in my bank account and all the money I had left in the world at that moment. I didn't really care about the money, but the act felt quite a symbolic thing to do at the time, and I'm glad that I did it. But what could I do now? That evening I didn't know, to be fair, but I did have the feeling that a man like Brian Haw should be remembered, and that I wanted to remember him. I'd recently returned to England after being overseas and was back at my mum's in Barking. I had no immediate plans for the future, and having a love of long distance walking, after walking the entire length of Hadrian's Wall and Offa's Dyke the year before, I thought that maybe I should go on a long walk, and the answer of what I should do next would come to me. I feel there is something intrinsically special about walking, and especially about long distance walking through nature. It's the best way to travel, I think, because of the different experiences you have and the people you encounter. You start to see the world with a different perspective, and life somehow begins to take on a new meaning. You feel more at one with yourself and with the world around you. And there's something very liberating when you start talking about distances in terms of days walk. It's as if you reclaim something, some kind of freedom that you had lost somehow. Everywhere is suddenly within your reach. I was staying at a place in the North York Moors once, and I fancied visiting Scarborough. Why? Just to have a look. So I decided to walk from there, from where I was, to there. It took me 3 days with 2 nights camping wild. It was a beautiful walk across the moors and then along the coast. And when I got to Scarborough, I walked through the town centre itself and came across an outdoor suit shop. In the window was a t-shirt with a fantastic message emblazoned on it. It read, "Nowhere's too far to walk to, as long as you have the time." It made me smile because it was an absolute truth. But the greatest gifts I find when walking are not just the beauty you can see or the experience you may have, but the time you give to yourself to be with yourself and your own thoughts. For it's in those moments that you may find your own truth and the reason for your being. But where should I walk? The River Lee, the River Thames? Then I thought back to my walking on Offa's Dyke and a wonderful friend I made during. My friend Miriam lived in Canterbury. Hang on, I thought, Canterbury? Why not walk to Canterbury on a pilgrimage? That's what I can do. That's how I can remember Brian. So that's it. That's how this pilgrimage came about. But there's more that made it seem so much more appropriate and special, so much more meant to be, in fact. In the immediate days following that evening, I started to plan my route. I was originally looking to begin my pilgrimage in Greenwich. I've always felt Greenwich, and especially the hill in Greenwich Park, was a very special place, and it is my favourite place in London. But when I consulted the Ordnance Survey maps, something didn't feel quite right about starting from there. Something didn't feel completely appropriate. It was something that I couldn't quite put my finger on. So I studied the map of London before me, and then it hit me. Right in the top centre of the map was Barking. What was I thinking of? I should start my pilgrimage from there, the place where I grew up. And not just any place in Barking. The place that I and many locally regard as the most beautiful part, the ruins of Barking Abbey. Barking Abbey was the first Benedictine abbey built in England in 666 AD by St Erkenwald, and was once one of the richest and most powerful abbeys in the land. It was home to